Hey, I'm Arcane Anthems. Welcome back to the studio. Let's talk about PAX Unplugged and whether or not you should attend next year. PAX Unplugged in the past has been one of my favorite conventions, and I think the reason for that is just the amount of creators that go, and it's the end of the year. It feels very like holiday festivities, celebrating board gaming, all the good stuff. PAX is also my favorite convention to attend because they treat creators really well. Now, I submitted 2 panels this year. They passed on both of them, which was kind of a bummer, but I found myself with lots of free time to explore the floor and not have to worry about coordinating things, and that was kind of a breath of fresh air, honestly. I do love doing panels. It kind of charges me up, and I love seeing all of you, and then it's like, hey, meet me here at this place at this time. But let's chat a little bit about PAX, my experience at PAX Unplugged 2024, and we can figure it out together whether or not you should go next year. Great. So day 0, travel day. I woke up at 3 a.m. because my body said, it's time to wake up. So I have insomnia, which is what it is.
Somebody kill me!
My flight left at 6:30. I got to the airport, did all the things. It was great, no big deal, until we reached Philadelphia, which had super high winds. So we were on the plane, and the plane was literally slipping, is what it felt like, through the air. And it was bumpy and stuff. Turbulence really doesn't bother me that much. It was the motion sickness that absolutely got me. Anyway, we landed in Philadelphia, and my friend Matt, who I've done several collabs with, Denkels, landed as well. And we met up, and it's just so good to have a friend when you're in an environment like that to just be with. And man, it was cold. We went down to like the baggage area, and I was like, oh, we're in trouble. I'm a San Diego kid, but it was chilly and I was sleep deprived and my nerves were on edge. But we Ubered to our hotel. One of the reasons I really like Philadelphia is that there's lots of hotels close to the convention center and at reasonable prices. And then we headed over to the con to pick up our badges.
What's up, Arcane Gang? Dinkles here with another TikTok challenge. Do you have dice?
Do you? Roll them, stack them, put them in a stew.
10 of them.
We saw a Trader Joe's. We stopped in there, picked up like a bunch of stuff. I personally think it's really wise to stop by like a grocery store on day 0 just so you have like breakfast for the next day and you have good water in your room and you have the things you need to make you a little more comfortable at the convention. We walked over to a rooftop party that was happening at a nearby hotel with a bunch of different creators. It was more of a meetup. There's like a rooftop bar, which was really neat, and then an outdoor area, which was freezing, but at least they had these cute little fires that everyone was kind of gathered around, huddling up, staying warm. The feeling of seeing your fellow creators, your friends, people who you have gone through years of different experiences with, entering this party it's something that I struggle to put into words. The amount of love that I have for these people and the amazing work that they do, it's just so good to sit down with them and have real conversations. And PAX Unplugged is really good for that, for having those great, deep conversations. And then we headed back to the hotel to catch up. But I was able to get some pretty good sleep, and we headed to breakfast, got some chorizo sandwiches, which were really good. We went over to the convention, and we waited in this very, very long line that was like way out the door.
What up again, Arcane Nation?
Arcane Nation, let's go!
We're sitting in line. Roll a d20.
Action
And
Surge, best
each
song
time-
here.
Every time the challenge is just roll a d20.
Yeah, I wanna
Every
make it
time.
accessible to the. Oh, actually, better yet, roll a d10.
We are outside PAX Unplugged day 1. It is a cold day. That's the news, folks. I'm about to go inside. I have a booth tour at FanRoll at 11:30, and then literally nothing else. So come along on the journey.
Get your dice. And
So
get ready
get
to
your
roll.
dice.
But it's fun to be with friends doing this. We have lots to talk about. And there's a lot of anticipation to see what's going on in the con and all the different exhibitors that are there. I actually spent a lot of time this year talking to exhibitors and showing off the amazing things that they're doing. At a con like this, where there's so many people fighting for attention, I really love to go to people who I know are trying to make really amazing experiences in the community, blast them out so that people can discover them. I finally got one of my favorite accessories, which is a glasses chain from Yanir, who has been one of my favorite dice makers since the before times, before 2020, when I was just a little creator making things, making my music. And it was really amazing to be able to have a piece of their artwork with me and be able to tell people what an amazing creator Jen Yanir is. The other great thing about PAX Unplugged is the Reading Terminal, which is right next door. You can walk from one door to the next, just across the street, and it is jam-packed with like a billion places that you can eat at. Lots of places have really long lines, but they do tend to flow pretty quickly. I found some pupusas, because I'm a big fan of Latin American cuisine, so pupusas were delicious.
What up? This is your boy Dingles. Dingles Nation.
Hold on, if you have a nation and I have a nation, then we together have a
So as a media person, we have this great little media room where we can relax or upload any videos we've taken, stories, that type of stuff. And it's just a great place to reset, to go back out on the floor again. The end of day one did get a little bit strange because I started feeling the inklings of a panic attack coming on. And for me, it's not uncommon that I have a panic attack once a day. And really, it's just me sitting down, focusing, calming myself down, medication if I need it. But everyone was so wonderful. I think I have resting sad face, I've discovered, where if I'm not like smiling, then people are like, what's wrong? So there's that. But I definitely took a break in the media room when I needed it. And then I attended a panel, and I was just kind of existing at the panel. Panic attacks can be exhausting after the fact. Imagine running from an invisible lion for an hour and a half. You're going to be pretty exhausted, pretty tired. And that's how I was feeling at this panel called Charisma Check, where they were talking about networking techniques and how to meet people and how to approach creators. And they all did a really fantastic job. I did a story of it, which I love to do at panels because it validates the panelists and it also gives anybody who didn't attend a chance to kind of get in on the action and to pull some of those best moments from the panel. Day one ended, again, meeting up at a hotel lobby with friends, talking, meeting people. Day two in the morning, I slept in. That was a sleep-in day. The other really cool thing about PAX Unplugged being during the December times is that there's this really amazing Christmas market that's right next door to the convention. It's like 2 blocks away. So if you're ever looking for something to do, you can go wander around the Christmas market. It's super cute. They have all sorts of crafts and food and all sorts of things. So a really great activity for after the con and experience the culture of the city. I was able to sit in on a demo that my friend Sachi did of the Session Zero system over at Mythic Grove. Their booth is always so cozy and so warm and so welcoming. Elise does an amazing job of running that company and that booth. I met up with lots of friends who texted me like, hey, where are you? I'm underneath the smiley face. All sorts of stuff like that. And we'd find each other throughout the con. I went back to the media room, but I did get to visit my friends Critical Kit, Pocket Bard, and Mage Hand Press that day. Again, none of these things are sponsored. These are just people who I really love what they do. Day 3, we had some breakfast. I had some vegan French toast, which was spectacular. Then it was cash only, which was a little bit strange. There's actually a lot of cash only restaurants in Philadelphia. So if you are going to PAX Unplugged, bring some cash with you just to kind of be prepped for that.
Last day of PAX Unplugged. Still here in Philly. And Bertie the Bard. Matt the Deckle.
What up, Wes? I forgot the bit. What up, Arcade Nation?
Roll it into
Whenever it lands on, you get to follow your dreams that many times.
What? Wow.
That many percent. That's a lot.
That much percent is...
Is it max out at 20? Max out at 20. Look, you've got to take
That's
time.
so
that means
realistic.
5 nat 20s in a
The
row.
ability to focus a backwards-facing camera on your face is
It's
crazy.
really impressive.
It's really good.
like,
Listen, I've been doing this too long. I feel like the last day of any convention is always a little bit like a liminal space. We'll see what we're going to do once we get there. And we're going to show the school the floor.
We went to the con all day, and I went hard. I did a lot of stories about a bunch of different booths, amazing people doing amazing things. Let me rattle them off for you real quick. We had Darrington Press.
Beautiful queens to choose from, and actually they're on both sides.
I played the original version of this game, and this is such an amazing upgrade.
Dodeca donuts.
They just look like a fun, like, whimsical way to show off your dice.
Each one is a work of art. We went over to Tinker House Games, where I talked to my friend Marshall at Printable Heroes. I have tons of the minis that Marshall has designed. 9th level games.
This is Sentai and Sensibility. This is a combination of, like, Bridgerton meets Power Rangers.
It's like Regency Romance meets Mecha Combat. Absolutely. Just, people are so creative. I love it. Loot Studios.
You can buy the game itself, and it comes with all these cardboard miniatures here, right? However, each miniature is going to come with a link for an STL file that you can print out for free if you have a 3D printer at home.
I kind of ended my day at Let's Roll Press, where they have a one-shot out that is essentially an escape from an asylum.
This is a horror module, and they really leaned into the horror. You play as one of 12 patients, each one a subclass. There's even a new class with 3 subclasses of its own.
What an amazing, amazing day it was. I'll be able to talk to all these different companies and share out the wild stories that they're telling. After the floor closed, I headed back to the media room to just decompress before the evening. I wanted to take that time before I left the con because I knew it was going to be a very long evening of meeting people and meeting people and meeting people. And in fact, it was. I walked into my hotel room at 4 a.m., but I was able to spend all that time speaking with people and getting to know people and reconnecting with other creators and seeing what their projects are and talking about frustrations and challenges and, real things. And that's what I go to these cons for, is to have those conversations in 3D. Because there is something that happens when you meet together in these special spaces that opens you up to new opportunities and to new ideas. And as a creator, somebody who is just in my studio by myself a lot of the time, being able to meet that energy, add to that energy, and see that energy grow is everything. So do I think that you should go to PAX Unplugged? Yes. This year it's sold out completely, which it should have. It should have. It's an amazing show with awesome panels. Yeah. Go. I'll see you next year.